said Simon, Simple Simon first. Said Simon to Simple Simon. First, let me see your penny. Said Simon to the Simon. Indeed, I.
Well, I'll give him credit. He isn't any better than today's so-called rappers. Today we'll be talking about the 1939 short released by Warner Brothers and brought to us by Tex Avery called I Love the Singa. I figured I'd like to talk about this short on today's segment, since it actually seems to have a larger cultural impact than I would imagine. Outside of being an influential short, getting re-released and restored over other shorts, it tends to make appearances in other cartoons as a reference or special feature. It makes me wonder why it gets this distinction, so I only figure it would be appropriate to watch it for myself and maybe understand why. The short centers around a German-speaking owl and his newborn sons, all born to be musical prodigies. Well, it's a cartoon from the 30s as directed by Tex Avery, so you can't complain about realism here. However, when only one of the sons only sings to a jazz tune and has the name Owl Jolson, yeah, it's a pun on the name Al Jolson, har har, to his father's disapproval, it causes the son to run away, only to get an audition for a radio show that might finally prove to his father once and for all that jazz is a legitimate form of music. While I say the short seems to have left an impact on people, I was not kidding. A clip was included in Looney Tunes Back in Action, a sound clip was used in the pilot to South Park in a hilarious moment dealing with an anal probe.
I love to sing about a sky of blue or a keyboard too.
It was even included as part of Happy Feet as a special feature for having an inspiration on the film's plot, where a penguin dances to the disapproval of his clan. So all these references to it, I have to be honest and say that while I can see how it can leave people going back to it, I don't fully understand it myself. So let me explain. The short is a trope that gets abused in films later on, which is the disapproving father figure that eventually learns his lesson and we eventually grow to like him. But in all honesty, we don't see it from the mother or the other kids. Yeah, who cares about them? We don't even give them names outside of their roles. This might seem like nitpicking, especially since this is a parody film of The Jazz Singer, which also deals with this sort of plot. Add on the fact that this is a 6-minute short. However, when every animated film would use this trope to build character for the father, you eventually question if it was good to ever use in the first place. Especially since the father's approval only comes when the music his son performs gets noticed on the radio. So unless you start winning awards, kids, your own father would be perfectly fine with disowning you for your potential talent. Screw that. Also, it doesn't help since the focus of the short spends a good portion of the time focusing on the gags used in the audition for the radio show, which while common in most Golden Age shorts, tends to drive the focus away from the main character. However, one of the things I do appreciate more about this short that makes me more forgiving is how it deals with the themes of musical taste. Even though jazz wasn't seen as a professional form of music, much like classical, there's still form and art behind it. So it just comes down to whether you like it or not, like most forms of music, which I think is a neat message that can stand the test of time. I also like how you can see the seeds of Tex Avery's humor being planted before they eventually grow into the offbeat wackiness he would provide at MGM. So while I can't say I'm entirely enthusiastic about this short, I can say that it does accomplish what it sets out to do, but might have some long-term implications that I can't say I'm too crazy about.